Today, the American whiskey market is booming. New rickhouses are being built across the country as distilleries try to keep up with surging demand, both domestically and abroad. The spirits industry has never seen anything like it. Among the up-and-coming distilleries across the United States, there is one that is not only rising to the challenge, but taking it a step further: Corsair Distillery. Founded in 2008, these Tennessee craftsmen have come to the forefront by maintaining an impeccable standard of quality, even as they continue to produce more whiskey.
I'm Derek Bell. I'm the owner and founder of Corsair Distillery here in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. I was trained at the Bruichladdich Distilling Academy in Islay, Scotland, and I got to work with the incredible Duncan McIlvray and Jim McCune. And that was really inspirational because when I got back to the States, I really wanted to keep the ethos that I learned from them, which is to honor tradition, but try new things and try to push the boundaries of whiskey making. So I started Corsair in 2008, and I noticed that there was this amazing trend in craft beer of smaller breweries making unusual products at a much smaller scale. And so I really wanted to bring that sort of craft spirit, that craft passion, and make some unusual and make some amazing products at a smaller scale here in my hometown. Corsair is unusual in that we're Nashville's first craft distillery, and we came about in the shadow of giants. We really felt the need to push our smallness and our localness and our use of different types of grains and different ways of making spirit. In our rye whiskey, we don't just use a standard rye. We use chocolate rye, which has been roasted at a really high temperature to add a lot of sort of chocolatey and coffee flavors that really come through on the finish. We also use malted rye, which makes for a much smoother and rye that tastes like it's been aged a little bit longer.
Corsair Distillery isn't just making whiskey. They're crafting a legacy, one impeccable barrel at a time. But they're not alone in recognizing this golden opportunity. American whiskey is no longer just an iconic spirit. It's now considered one of the most compelling investments available today. The reason is quite simple. The market is booming.
We feel the future is very bright. We're seeing an unparalleled boom throughout places like Kentucky, Tennessee. There's more distilleries being invested into, a record number of rickhouses being built, and most importantly, the demand globally is going through the roof. It is following, in our opinion, very similar trajectory to the Scotch market, where 15 or so years ago, we started seeing spiraling demand, very similar infrastructure investments as there are in suburban now. So we're very confident that the boom has just started and will continue for hopefully the next 15 to 20 years.
I think that innovation has been key to American whiskey's growth. I think as long as we can keep an innovative spirit and keep trying new things and pushing, I think the future is incredibly bright for American whiskey.
As the industry ramps up production to meet demand, the changing dynamics present an important crossroads for distilleries. They must increase capacities without losing sight of the very craftsmanship which has been the cornerstone of their success.
We're really going to have some incredible whiskeys in 10 or 20 years. There's so much stuff happening right now that as more and more small distilleries like ours grow up and become larger, it's just going to be incredibly amazing for the consumer. And I think it's going to be an amazing whiskey renaissance. Warren Buffett said, if you want to know what's going to be still around 50 years from now, just look and see what was around 50 years ago. And so I think looking at the past and looking at the future, American whiskey is going to be amazing.
Whiskey connoisseurs and enthusiasts have taken note. To date, Corsair has tallied an impressive list of more than 200 awards from world-renowned competitions, including the prestigious American Distillery of the Year award from Whisky Magazine.
So we've been incredibly lucky. We've won a lot of awards at Corsair. We're just under 200 awards total, and you get great feedback from awards, and just forces you to really constantly be thinking through the judge's eyes. So whenever we're designing a new whiskey, we're constantly trying to think through the nose and the body and the finish and what it's going to taste like and how to make those all as good as possible, and how they're going to score in competitions and with judges.
Awards that the distilleries win have a very positive impact on the investment side of the business. So again, when we're looking at the track record initially, we'll look at have they won many awards. But we'll also look at the quality of the awards. And then we would hope that once we've got a partnership in place, that they'll win many more awards after that, because awards lead more people to buy the product. Some consumers are 100% award driven, and they'll only buy whiskies or wines in some cases that they see lots of gold medals on. So as far as we're concerned, the more awards the better.
The accolades have pushed demand for Corsair whiskey to new heights. And in order to fulfill this newfound thirst, a second distillery was built in 2016. Adhering to the same processes as the original site, the additional location is the next step in transitioning Corsair from a small craft distillery to a mainstream international brand. The new facility boasts a unique agriculturally inspired design that stands apart from any distillery in the nation.
Corsair's new production facility really blows your mind. We previously visited the plant, and the amount of care and infrastructure and dollars that have gone into it is absolutely top level.
With a new facility that's really going to open up a lot of opportunities for us to make products we haven't been able to make in the past. While we love single malts, and that's some of the products we're passionate about, this will allow us to make a lot of bourbon, Tennessee whiskey, and rye whiskeys that we haven't been able to do before. So I think that'll open up a lot of new opportunities for us, just with distribution, with new distributors, and with the current distributor partners we have.
CaskX is delighted to partner with Corsair to offer the opportunity to invest in full barrels of their award-winning spirits. By purchasing barrels of newly distilled spirit, investors can capitalize on the transformation of the liquid as it ages over time. With Corsair's established product line, strong brand identity, and over a decade's worth of expertise, it is an exciting partnership that opens a new door for investors.
It was the people involved. Of course, we love the fact that the brand itself is, although it's a traditional product, it's a very modern brand. We love the way that it's communicated, and we feel that young people, as well as traditional bourbon lovers, will really embrace this product.
CaskX is playing an important role in the future growth of Corsair Distillery. Partnering with them and their investors is allowing us the opportunity to produce more whiskey, to get more barrels aging. Being a new facility, it's capital intensive, and having good partners to help us, start filling our warehouses is very important to us.
We chose to partner with CaskX because immediately from our first conversations, there was a sophistication, there was a great understanding of the whiskey market, and an excitement about it. We've been approached by a lot of different funds and people wanting to get into this space, but the CaskX group just really seemed sophisticated on it. They had a great vision and an international footprint, which is really hugely important for us to try to, one day be beyond the United States. And the more we talked to them, the more we just really liked them.
What I really liked about CaskX was, their willingness and their desire to actually just kind of be a partner with us, and to promote the Corsair brand. A lot of times people looking for bulk production, they're just, they're looking for somebody to just lay barrels down for them, and which is perfectly fine. But with the CaskX, they're wanting to tell the Corsair story and be a partner with us.
And now with CaskX, you can be part of the Corsair story. Request access to current barrel investment offerings by visiting caskx.com today.